What's good? What up? Hey, yo, hello, hi. I'm here to talk about MacG, specifically MacG and Solo, what they said about Mr. Beast on their podcast. Well, if you don't know anything about Mr. Beast in the past couple of weeks, if not even a month, because I've been trying to follow up the story so that I know what I'm talking about. And I think it's more than 12 allegations against him. So what MacG and Saul were doing on their podcast that was released 3 days ago, probably four, they were talking about this situation about how the contestants were treated unfairly in the Amazon show and all that stuff. I want us, both you and me, to listen what they actually said versus the truth, because it seems like they're trying to cover up some of the bad things that he did, and even they even made a joke about who might be a PDF file in their group. I mean, it's just an edgy joke, you know. I mean, this is South Africa. I don't want to wake up the following day and everybody's hating on me, and you are hitting on me and saying, "Nah, man, MacG was right," or whatever. Delaware wasn't
convicted sexual offender of an 11-year-old girl 10 years
he
ago.
was Mr. Beast manager, and he appeared onto two freaking videos. I'm going to play them. This one.
Upset about it. You know, it's 1v1 v1.
Why are you upset? You have a better chance.
Yeah, I know, right? You're on
Also,
shit.
this one.
To destroying Delaware's house
Next week, so we don't even get her reaction to the finished house.
Yeah, this is his new house.
So when MacG says all this stuff, sometimes you just gonna know, man, he's just chilling in his podcast, trying to do the numbers. But hey, man, watch out when you want to do the numbers. But hey, man, let's just get into this video that I'm actually talking about without wasting your time. Boom, let's go.
One of Donaldson's oldest friends and former employee, Ava Tyson, was accused last month of massaging an underage fan when Tyson was 20.
So what Ava Tyson did was messaging minors, particular a 14-year-old boy who came out on Twitter and came out and say, nah, nothing wrong happened. But then when the Discord chat, like the Discord group chat clicked, whatever you call it, it was exposed that Mr. Beast was also in that convo. And they tried, the Mr. Beast and his team took down that entire website. And there were also leaks on another podcast that he made a long time ago where he said, would you put a dick in a 14-year-old?
So that just shows what.
Let's be real. You want to put your dick in her?
I mean, it's rather
probably not.
Enjoying
I was hoping you would
enjoying
say
someone
yes.
and
Yeah,
putting
I
your
wouldn't do it.
dick
She's
in
way too
someone
young.
is a whole different story.
And he made a joke about that. Bro was 18 at that time.
Who massaged an underage person, Mr. Beast?
One of the people that work for Mr. Beast.
Okay, cool.
Ava Tyson.
Okay.
So Mr. Beast posted on X, formerly known as Twitter, that his team would investigate the claims.
Yes.
And also it turns out that one of the management people on Mr. Beast's team was a convicted sex offender.
Okay.
You know? And then also there's racist and homophobic.
Okay, so this sex offender that they are talking about is Delaware, the one that I've mentioned, that is appeared in many of his videos. In fact, two of his videos that are still present till this day.
And there's also a whole YouTube video dedicated from an ex-employee talking about Mr. Beast, how most of the things were staged, how he wasn't sincere, he was different, like off camera, on camera. So, for example, when he was giving money away to a hobo, we think he's being philanthropical and whatever the word is. Meanwhile, it's just a
Philanthropical.
skit for a minute. It's like, I wish this beggar would cry because they don't get more views type shit. But they're painting him up to be very cold. He's
The video that he's talking about is where he was saying, please cry, please show an emotion. Here's some money, take some money. Please cry.
Shocked. Like, yeah. Now, act a little surprised. Like, be like really shocked with your mouth open.
not genuine, he's disingenuous, and he's just like a horrible person. That's what all these allegations are coming towards.
So, out of all the points that MacG pointed out of Mr. Beast, yes, I know he did mention the most important ones, but the illegal lotteries that he ran, he didn't mention any of them.
Determining if any Mr. Beast giveaways have been illegal lotteries, we need to identify a prize, which is distributed through random chance and cannot be won without spending money. On August 2nd, 2020, Mr. Beast live streamed him and his friends signing limited edition shirts celebrating 40 million subscribers. And here are just some of the clips from that stream.
For those of you who are just joining, if you buy one of our limited edition 40 mil special shirts, we're celebrating 40 million subscribers with a really big video, then we will sign that shirt, and some of them will get random prizes like this. In 10 minutes, right, because we gotta give them time to do their card, we'll give 2 orders $500 each. 5 minutes, someone's getting $3 grand in the order. In 5 minutes, we're gonna do the same thing again. We're gonna put $1,000 in a random order. 2 minutes, newest order, it's $2,000. Good luck, everybody.
During those 5 hours, I counted 46 illegal lotteries.
The illegal lotteries that, like, he was gambling for kids while he was selling chocolate, doing that for kids. But he didn't mention that, all of that. I'm sad, MacG, you know. I'm sad, MacG. He was using Feastables, his chocolate company. I'm not taking his chocolate company, but he was using his company to run illegal lotteries. Like, he would say, buy this chocolate and you get a free whatever, or a free Lamborghini or free whatever. But who actually won? We don't know. He didn't mention about the live streams that he actually did, where he was running illegal lotteries. When I say that, he was making kids gamble, and he was like,
and I'm trying to do this. Mr. Beast is teaching us gambling? Minus points because there's no cool music. Anyway, let's gamble.
Look, bro, you know, it's batala, man. And I feel like there's certain things that you read, and it's like, then how's that Mr. Beast's fault? Yeah. If someone in his team has moved weirdly before and he did not know, I don't think people...
With Avo Tyson, he knew. With that employee who was a sex convict, he knew. Because, just like I said before, Mr. Beast was also in that group chat that they had, where they had these minors involved in this group chat, and they were talking all this stuff. And if Jimmy wanted to be out of that thing, he could have been out. You didn't mention anything about Lolly, about how Mr. Beast is I don't want to say he was the biggest fan, but he was introduced by his friend Chris. I don't mention that. Like, Lolly, if I can explain Lolly in a simple way, it's when they use anime characters in a sexual way, but they actually look like kids. I don't want to display it in here because I don't have any pictures. But they use actual real people. They even use Kim Star's baby, like, who was a girl at that time. Anyways, I think your source was Times newspaper. Maybe they didn't dig enough.
When they hire people, they go, oh, you're a sex offender, I'm going to hire you. Oh, did you touch a kid when you were 20? I'm going to hire you. You know, people come with a lot of...
Avo Chris Tyson wasn't just a former employee. He recently called it out and said, you know what, I'm out. So saying he didn't know, he knew. They grew up together, they've been to high school together. It's not just an employee. And remember, Jimmy hires people around him. And if you are not an A player, you'll become a C player immediately.
Package. I mean, we don't know anyone's darkest secrets, yeah, for example, you know, so you can't take the responsibility for Tibbler's actions when you were not there.
Who do you think he is most likely to be a sex offender here?
Why would you say that, MacG?
Responsibility for Tibbler's actions when you were not there.
Who do you think he is most likely to be a sex offender here?
Why would you ask that?
You!
Hey man, is that supposed to be a joke?
You!
You.
Because I'm like,
Because it could be exactly. It could be you. Anybody.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Just jokes. He's a married guy. Just jokes.
Oh, no, legit. Yeah, man. We've got a good group of people.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what I'm trying to say is, we can't say Mr. Beast is under siege. Yes, there's things there that he's not at fault for, right? Yes, people do get hurt when it's physical games. People have been hurt on Survivor. People have been hurt from the fucking Amazing Race. You get me? And then that things where he can't be held responsible for other people's actions as well. You know, but if there's anything foul he has done, we also can't overlook that because maybe he's trying to change the game, therefore he's under siege. But a lot of the things there, for me, are really invalid. And if some of the skits are...
You know how many workers does Mr. Beast have? You know, like, it's his own company. Like, who should be held accountable if something bad or horrible happens? It's obviously him. Who else? Because it's his company. I know it might be some HR manager, but hey, man, he's gotta be also held accountable because he gotta make sure that he hires the people that he knows that will do the job, and those people will hire their own people that they know. The HR team even checks whether you qualify or not, and everything should be on point if you don't want anything negative to happen. And while the games are still ongoing, they kept on silencing the contestants using the NDA. And NDA is a non-disclosure agreement between two parties. It's where a person signs an agreement with a particular person or in company that they won't say anything about anything involved or anything that is happening within. But when it comes to crime, like things like this, people getting injured and people like getting jumped over and people wearing plastic bags and people not getting their underwears, NDA doesn't work. I don't know what they do with the underwears. Don't ask me. I know having $100 million contract is a lot, but you could do a lot to help just these 2,000 contestants. Get them a welfare check. Go at least hire someone to go in and write their medication, each person, and how much they will need on that period that they will be serving while doing those challenges.
Planned or manipulated for a certain reaction. Well, what did you think, bro? What did you think? It's YouTube, it's entertainment. The guy does skits. What did you really think? You know?
Bro, and I agree with
We don't care about
I agree with you.
that,
My
actually.
biggest red flag was all of these things are from
We don't-
previous employees.
And not him. Who did
Previous. You know when you fired someone, dog, they're always disgruntled.
Yes,
They're never
always.
going to say anything nice, dog.
Yeah, generally a lot of exes.
When it comes to Mr. Beast, I know it comes from ex-employees, but what you don't know is that those aren't just ex-employees. He knows those people. And when you sign an NDA, I don't know whether you make your co-workers sign it, but when those people sign the NDA, they couldn't say a word because it's powerful. He could just make you lose your job instantly and not get hired anyway. You can't just talk while you are with him. Recently, his girlfriend broke up with him, allegedly. But she said she needs some time to study. She's in Cape Town, yada, yada, yada. But as an employee, you can't just talk whatever you want and say, hey, I'm going to expose this guy, There's this guy called Metana. Metana was one of his editors. He once complained in videos way long time ago and said, this guy is not genuine. He's like a bully at the workplace, and he always tells people that they are replaceable. And yeah, that's what he said. And imagine getting told that you are replaceable and they fire you the following day. Jake the Waggle, that guy who just cried on Dog Peck's video. That guy too lost his job, and his friend lost his job immediately because he said he was complaining about the wages, that they are not equal. That this other guy, who was a black guy, by the way, a black guy who was getting underpaid by doing all the work, and the other guy, Jack the Wiggle, was doing legal amount of work, but getting high amounts of payment. So, but this black guy had a kid, right? So Jack the Wiggle was being a good guy and was like, "Hey, yo, Jimmy, Mr. Please, can you like raise also this guy's wage?" I was like, "Is that your problem? Is that the problem that we have?" The following day, that black guy was fired.
And I said it my piece, and he backed me up. And I said, I need XYZ or I'm out of here. And they said, bet. And they gave me a severance check the next day. And they gave him a severance check the next day. And if I knew he was going to lose his job too, I wouldn't have done it.
You know, so you can't just talk about your employee. You know, Saul, come on, Saul. We know you don't talk anything bad about MacG. We know you don't do that. We know. Look at your face. So cute. We know you don't do that. Anyone who's been harassed has a right to go and say something. It's not like they want his money, or maybe Jimmy's downfall is going to be there. Up, whatever. I don't know how to call it. I ran out of English. It's not like they're going to gain something out of bringing this man down. No, they're not bringing the man down. They want answers because Jimmy is silenced. What he does, he silences people on the comments, he deletes comments. He doesn't want anything like that is going to damage his image, and he doesn't want to release a statement.
Wouldn't say nice things about a lot of people wouldn't say nice things about their exes.
Exactly.
Generally.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my thing was like, why is all of this coming from people that were fired?
Because they no longer benefit they describe.
Who should it come from? Actually, if I may ask, should it come to the current employee, like a current employee, or an employee to be at Mr. Beast Enterprise? I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's not jealousy. Nobody's jealous. Why should people be jealous?
Gruntled. Yeah. But what is he accused of? Just staging things and being cold.
So, yeah, basically.
That's nonsense.
Yeah.
That's nonsense you are talking about, Meg, Saul, Meg. That's nonsense that you just said, yeah, that's all he's accused of all about.
Yeah.
You know what they always
And
say?
it smells a lot of jealousy because this is other YouTubers.
This is other YouTubers. This isn't just any other YouTubers. This is most of these allegations come from a private website called Reddit, not necessarily YouTubers. YouTubers are just covering the story up. I was shocked that you even talked about this because most of the YouTubers like Penguin Z0 is silent.
Pushing this narrative.
So I don't know what to say about these two because it seems like they are more on the defensive side than being on the actual right side. Like they didn't dig enough. They just had this news. They had this news from fact check. Yada yada yada. But let's continue.
Could be competition of Amazon as well. You know, at that level, bro, where you're doing big numbers and doing big things and you're literally moving the needle, you know what I mean?
Because the Times is mainstream, so they're paid.
Yeah.
They can be easily paid to write shit.
Yes, pretty much. So at that level, it could be anyone, you know, who's
You're right.
either maybe funding.
Yeah, and why is this only coming out now? Because of the Amazon deal.
Yes, because it's a huge deal. It's a game changer. You know, so yeah, you gotta look at it and take it with a pinch of.
Everyone, go and follow Rosanna. She's on Twitter. I'm going to link her thing right here. Please follow her because she's the one who keeps on updating us about what's happening at the Beast Games, and there are actual people from the challenge who are still there, the actual contestants who are messaging her. They confirming that they are under NDA. They've sent the t-shirts. Like they've shown proof that they are actually there and they are talking about the conditions. We've seen the videos. Like, don't listen to these guys who just saying, it's just jealous. But where is the money going at if the contestants are not going to eat?
Salt as an
I agree with you, man.
as
I don't
discerning
have all
adult.
the facts, but it smells like a smear campaign.
If
It really
another thing
does.
Yeah, thank you for saying you don't have all the facts, and that's it for today. I may be wrong. Ciao.
Something that came out.
Yeah,
But I agree with you, bro.
In this day and age, we've seen how the media, can be used to bring somebody down. So I think as adults, you just got to take it with a pinch of salt. Now, beg and think, before you get outraged when everybody else.
He was a child offender.
Yes.
Or he was doing some P. Diddy shit.
Yes. A few people came out saying they feel like the food wasn't enough. There's always going to be someone
Why
complaining
do
about
people that get fired go to food, dog? Remember I said we didn't feed him. What's up with the food, bro? Oh, man. What's up with the food?
Here's a challenge, MacG, before I drop this call. Here's a challenge. Grab yourself a contestant. Don't give them food. Don't give them their medication. Grab maybe 100 of them. I don't know. It's your choice, but don't give them food. Don't give them medication. Don't take care of them. Sign them under NDA and see what's going to happen. Boom.